Do you have dreams?
Well, someday I'm going to take a trip to Italy and live in the countryside and take a cooking course.
No, not those kind of dreams. The kind of dreams you have during REM sleep.
What's REM sleep?
What is REM sleep? REM stands for Rapid Eye Movement, which, as the name implies, means your eyes are rapidly moving during sleep. Rapid eye movement can be considered a light sleep in some ways because your eyes are always actively moving. However, in other ways, it is known as a deep sleep. This is because your postural muscles are very relaxed in this stage of sleep. Because REM is light in some ways and deep in other ways, it is often referred to as paradoxical sleep. REM sleep is promoted by an inhibitory neurotransmitter known as GABA, which is released from the ventral medulla. On a polysomnograph, a device combining EEG activity and eye movement records, REM is characterized by irregular, low-voltage fast waves, indicating increased neuronal activity.
What kind of activity?
During REM, there is increased brain activity in the pons and the limbic system, while activity in the primary visual cortex, the motor cortex, and the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is decreased during this time.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that kind of dream. Yeah, now that I think about it, I do have dreams from time to time, but they often don't really make any sense. Like the other night I had a dream that I lived on Mars and I had a pet platypus and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. But you know what? A lot of my dreams are that way. They often don't make any sense at all.
The most likely reason for your dreams not making sense is the fact that the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in planning, reasoning, and decision-making, is inactive during sleep. The first is the activation synthesis hypothesis, which states that dreams represent the brain's effort to make sense of sparse and distorted information, where the cortex combines random input from the PGO waves with other activity already occurring. So maybe you were thinking about astronomy and biology before bed, and your cortex combined that information randomly to synthesize your very odd dream. The second hypothesis is the neurocognitive hypothesis, which regards dreams as thinking that takes place under unusual conditions. This hypothesis represents the idea that internal or external stimulation of the parietal, occipital, and temporal cortex cause arousal that develops into hallucinations with no sensory input from area V1 to override it.
Okay, so if all of this is going on during REM sleep, then what's happening the rest of the time?
Well, as you're in bed getting ready for sleep, falling into a state of relaxation, your brain activity is characterized by alpha waves. Then, as you enter into stage 1 of sleep, your brain activity slows to more irregular, low-voltage waves. After a bit of time in stage 1, your brain will enter stage 2. This stage is characterized by two main types of wave patterns, known as K-complexes and sleep spindles. Finally, stage 3 and 4 are slow wave sleep, characterized by slow, large amplitude waves. This is when your heart rate, breathing, and brain activity decrease.
All this learning, it's making me tired.